Hey again. We're going to be installing this heater coolant union piece. I'm going to put it right there where the square plug is. That square plug is probably been there for 40 years. We've got a lot of penetrant already soaked into it. So we're going to take this out. We're going to put those two pieces in. I'll show you why in just a second. And we're going to end up connecting it via hose to that, which you saw me put in last time. So we'll be right back. I'm going to take that bolt out. You don't need to watch me undo that. All right, it's literally 4 days later, and I've gotten this bolt out. I use a 9/16 plug. I thought I'd have to use a metric plug, but I used a 9/16, and you can see it's square. And I'm trying to take this piece and put it back into this hole. But you can see I cannot spin it because this gets in the way, and I don't want to take that off. I really don't want to take that off. I've got this piece here, but it doesn't fit in that hole because it bangs against this. So here I'm going to remove all the caps, and then eventually what I'm going to do is pull off the valve cover itself. I pulled off the valve cover, but I still couldn't put the right angle adapter in because the water sending unit was in the way. So I had to pull the 22 millimeter wrench out. I pulled out the water sending sensor. I screwed in the right angle, and then I put in the valve with the upwards union and twisted that upwards. Upwards is important because it's going to help with the natural flow of the hose, keeps the kinks out. I made an important mistake right here that I want to share. The right angle piece is actually touching the water sending unit, and this is going to create a problem where it looks like my car is overheating. So you can see right here it is still touching, and I'm going to show you a picture afterwards after I diagnose the problem where I've moved it just a little bit. Since I took the valve cover off, I had to get a new gasket to put back in. That gasket fits into a channel that on the top side of the valve cover, and gravity wants to make it fall out. So I cheated a little bit. I got a little bit of Toyota FAPG, put some dots around it, put that in, and as you can see, it makes a mess. It works, but it makes a mess. I also got new bushings to hold it down. Here's the part number. I'm going to put them on. And these are now on. And you know what? I actually kind of like it. Next step, we're going to hook everything back up together. So I had to put the PCV, take that off. Here's my new hose that goes into my new port, which is great. And, oh, and one spark plug. I'll be right back. Everything's back together, and I really like it. I think it's a sharp looking addition to the car, and I really like the fact that there's a valve on this because I've heard of plenty of people that even though they have a functioning or a new control valve, that the hot liquid still gets through and you're running hot air into your car in the summertime. So now I have the ability to shut it off. I'm very excited by this. All right, one last thing. WD-40 takes off that stuff just as well as brake cleaner, and I got it all off so it's nice and clean and tidy. Here you can see the mistake which I corrected. I twisted the valve just a little bit to the right so that it's not touching my water sending unit. Originally it was, and that caused my temperature gauge to look like the car was overheating. Everything moved on the dash all the way to the right, and I was able to just shift it a little bit so they're not touching, and that solved the problem. I'm gonna end up just buying a new water sensor unit, water sending unit, just in case I damaged it.